Hello Taurus, how are you? Welcome to your January 2026 reading. Thank you so much for being here. This is the Guidance Corner Tarot. My name's Christelle. Let's have a look at what energies are around you for this January. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. Thank you, Taurus, for being here. So, Taurus, for this reading for January, I've been called with these let go cards that as I shuffle them, I don't look at them, and then whatever image is face up when I finish is going to be kind of almost like an early message or just something we can refer back to during your reading. And they've been quite insightful, actually. And the images on these cards are absolutely beautiful. They're just really stunning. And with this one here for you, there's a sense of, I'm kind of getting the feeling like she's standing under a waterfall. And for, our everyday life, that can be, under the shower. There's almost a sense of clearing, cutting cords. And I don't know if you've ever done this, Taurus, but I go through stages sometimes where whenever I'm in the shower, I'm just imagining that the water is not only running over my skin, but almost I visualize it running through me and just cleansing away everything that needs to be cleansed, almost like a cutting cord ceremony, where you're releasing energy that you may have picked up while you've been out and about, the energies that we get entangled with that are not our own. And I feel like there's this great sense of joy at this kind of cleansing experience. I think for the month of January, water is going to be quite important for you, Taurus. And you're an earth sign. You're not probably really that drawn to water, or I've got a lot of Taurus people in my life, and they're definitely not water people. Although some do like to swim and things like that. But this is a ritual, I think, that's really going to help you. I'm getting the feeling. Thank you, Spirit. And Spirit is saying to me, it's in order for you to tap into your energy. What's your energy, and what's energy that you've picked up from others that it's not even yours. Okay? So we do that sometimes. We go out, we might be in crowds, or especially, over Christmas and New Year with generally larger groups of people, we're socializing more. There's a sense here in January that you're going to need to cleanse, because there's a sense with your reading that the energies are entangled. Your energies are entangled with others. So there's a sense almost of like, you might be feeling moody, but are you feeling moody, or is it just an energy that you've picked up? You might be feeling sad, or you might be feeling like things aren't going right, or there's a certain level of anxiety. And Spirit's saying it's not your energy, it's energy that you've picked up. When I do these readings, sometimes I talk really fast, I get really excited, or I feel this energy of anxiousness, or sometimes I might feel dread. Or now I know if those energies are not mine, I need them in order to do these readings, because I need to portray, I need to bring out the energies that are at play for the different signs. So I pick up these energies, but they're not mine. And there's a sense here, Spirit, saying you're and I keep getting the word entangled, which is interesting because it's a word that through November, December, I've been really aware of my energy getting entangled with others. So I think that's something that's out there. When we want to manifest, when we want to come into our own alignment, we need to be very mindful about what energies are in the mix, because if our energy is diluted because we are entangled with other people's energies, we aren't going to manifest exactly what's for us, because there's an entanglement of energy. So it's going to be slightly skew-if, because it's our energy with a mix of something else. So then what we draw in when we're manifesting won't be in complete alignment. It's almost like we slightly miss. Be interesting, Taurus, to see what is in these cards. Oh, I love Temperance. Oh, and the King of Pentacles. There you are, Taurus. The Tower. Now that has come up. Oh, how many people have had the Tower? I think Pisces and Aries have had the Tower. Oh, how am I taking this? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, look how crooked my... Actually, I'm just going to straighten up my... I thought, oh, am I that crooked? No, it's my camera. That was a bit crooked, so it's making it look like I'm laying my cards really crooked. I had one of the cats that I house sit in Sydney, and I had one of the cats that I'm house sitting came in earlier, and as I was editing one of the other videos, came in and was rubbing himself against the camera that's just up here, so he must have moved it a little bit and I didn't notice. How am I taking these, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, let's move these out of the way. So Taurus, let's see, how are you going for January? What energies are around you? I hope this reading finds you all well, ready to embrace these gorgeous energies that are coming through in 2026. Boy, are we ready for them, though. Still work to be done, isn't there? Still alignments to come into play. There we go, my beautiful Taurus. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to leave these cards here. So I will shuffle them and draw a card or two or whatever falls out as a final message at the end of your reading. So let's go through this, Taurus, for you. We have Temperance. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Tower. We have the Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Two of Swords, the Emperor. We have the Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. I love your cards. Oh my goodness. I can understand about this cleansing, you really coming into alignment. We have 43, and deepen your concentration. Focus and grow into what could be. We have number 4, and accept loving support. Let yourself be held. We have 28, and release what isn't working. Let go and live beyond. Oh, I love that with this Tower. And we have 42, align with your ideal rhythms. Be one with your inner self. That's this. That's cleanse. There's something here about cleansing. And I love that you've got Temperance and you've got these 2 cups. You've got 9 of Cups. Actually, you've got 3 Pentacles. You've got 3 cups. So the Temperance I'm looking as a cup as well. So you've got 4 cups, and you've got 1 wand and 1 sword. So your cups, the water element, is very strong for you. I don't know if some of you are planning on going away for a little break in January. If it's not already booked, or maybe you have booked it, but you might be going close to water. If you haven't booked it and you're planning one, get close to water. And it doesn't even matter what type. This can be a bath and a shower. Though I do suggest showers more than baths, because If your energy is entangled, you don't want to be sitting in that energy. You want to imagine it running through you and down the wormhole, I was going to say, down the drain. So maybe some of you need to picture it running down the wormhole. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know where that came from. That's really funny. Okay, where are we starting, Spirit? We're going to start with the Oracle cards. So the first one is deepen your concentration, focus and grow into what could be. I'm getting a very strong 7 here, and we worked a 7 year in 2023. So there's a link back to 2023 with this. Maybe Spirit's asking you to go back and look at what you've done, where you've been. And there's a sense that deepen your concentration. I'm feeling that, again, with this card, it's almost like when you filter out everybody else's energy, your energy is concentrated. I'm not getting the deep dive, though we probably will when we get down to the Queen of Cups. I'm getting more of sense of balancing out these energies that are around you. I don't know, Taurus, if you're having a hard time birthing this new you into reality. What do we mean by that? We have all been asked to shed, to clear energy out in 2025. Now in 2026, we are stepping out into the world, a newer version of ourselves. Though being a 1 year, it is going to be a little bit of trial and error. We're going to try different things on for size. We're going to try different things and see how they sit with us and then tweak them. And I get the feeling that you've been changing very slowly, very carefully since 2023, when we were working the 7 year. And there's a sense that go back and have a look at how you were, what you were doing in 2027. And Spirit's saying yes, to have a look at how far you've come, but also to have a look at, there's almost like a swaying away from what you wanted back then. Sorry, Taurus, you're getting quite very different messages to everybody else. Everybody else is kind of like, the old is old, and this new version of you needs to emerge. How are you going to help it emerge? Taurus, with you, I get the feeling that you've kind of, in finding yourself, you've almost veered off track a little bit. And Spirit is bringing you back to center. And I think this is because these energies that are around you, these energies I feel are louder than yours. So you might be, let's say, a calm, patient person. The energies around you are a bit loud and abrasive, and you're finding yourself exuding a kind of loud and abrasive energy. It's not yours. This is not the person you are becoming. So there's a sense that, thank you, Spirit. Spirit's telling me, Taurus, you need to go back to 2023. I know this is a general reading, It would have happened at a different time and it would be a different thing for all of you. There's something in 2023 that was revealed to you that was very authentically you. And somewhere along the line, it's being covered by other energies. That's a really interesting message, Taurus. Really interesting message. Just have to sit with that message a little bit, Taurus, and just take it all in. And Spirit's telling me that the messages will evolve. But this is almost the catalyst. This is something that you are going to be reminded of. And you're not going back to an old version of yourself. You're not going back to something that's familiar. In 2023, you got a glimpse of something, but you weren't able to bring it into existence. It never manifested. It never, if this is an aspect of yourself or maybe something you're going to do in life, like a job, or maybe it was somewhere you wanted to live or something like that, it never quite manifested. It never happened. It never evolved. It was this spark. Because Spirit's saying it did impact you, like it was this flash, a moment, but it felt like an aha moment that then got swallowed by everyday life. And it's almost like Spirit's reminding you of that. You're going to be sitting there thinking, what could it be? What could it be? And you're thinking, not for me. And then a couple of days down the track, you'll be doing the dishes, or you'll be making yourself a cup of coffee, or you'll be waiting for the bus, and suddenly you'll go, oh, I know what that is. Oh my gosh. And you almost feel like, how did I forget that? And that's what happens sometimes. And Spirit's saying, Taurus, it's not that you did anything or didn't do anything and that passed you by. It's just that back then the energies weren't aligned for you to actually do anything with that, okay? It just, you weren't the you are today. The world isn't the world that it is today. You know, divine timing is everything lining up for when we are ready. It's not there to punish us. It's not there telling us, oh, you missed out, sorry. It's not, because we don't miss out. Divine timing ensures that. But divine timing also ensures that something doesn't come to us before we're ready for it. Because one, we wouldn't be able to take the opportunity, or we would, but we wouldn't be able to bring it to fruition. We wouldn't be able to make the most of it because we don't have the life experiences. We haven't been through everything we needed to go through in order to be the person who can take that opportunity and really go with it. And that's what temperance is here for. You're going to find that. You're going to, as you're doing this cleansing, this kind of like evaluating, like, hang on a minute, I got up this morning and I was feeling really good, and now I'm feeling icky. You know, and there's this shaking off this energy that's not yours. I cannot recommend highly enough, Taurus, that you do this visualization in the shower. Just the water running over you, cutting all the energy that has attached to you that is not yours. And when I do this, I often say, please release all energy that is not mine. And just imagine it going down the drain. I also, once I've done that, I also imagine the water of the shower, stand directly under the shower, and I just imagine the water going through me and cleansing stagnant energy that probably is mine, but no longer serves me. So I'm cleansing everybody else's energy off, or all the energies I've picked up during the day. And I'm also cleansing my energy that might be a bit stagnant, or my energy that, 3 days ago I might have got annoyed about something and I'm still energetically carrying it with me, even though I might not be thinking about it. Okay, so we do carry things energetically that then the minute we're feeling a bit run down, or the minute we're a bit rushed, it might creep back up and we think, gosh, why am I feeling this way? Yeah, sometimes it's not a situation, it's just this energetic energy that we've kept hold of. I think that's what temperance is here. It's just balancing out those energies and just ensuring that, your energy is your energy. It's all intact. A lot of healing with the temperance I'm feeling in this card. Okay, so then we've got accept loving support, let yourself be held. And I really feel, Taurus, this is not about you and others, okay? It's not about you needing to accept support from others, or, others holding you up or bolstering you. This is you doing it for you. And I've just recently started doing like a grounded, I was going to say meditation, but it isn't really. And it's connecting to the earth in a way that I feel supported, not needing the support of others, though not being afraid to ask for support, not being afraid to say yes when somebody offers support, but it's feeling supported in making decisions, feeling supported in where I am right now. And I'm realizing how being grounded is so important with that. And I am in the process of trying to figure out how to film that as a little bit of something that I can put out onto YouTube and you can do. So that'll come probably not till the new year, because I'm still figuring it out. But it's had such a deep impact, and this is what I'm feeling with this energy. It's like being grounded and stable, really root chakra kind of energy, where you're unshakable and you're so sure in your decisions because you are grounded in this reality. This is interesting energy. This is also, thank you, Spirit. Spirit's also saying this is you giving yourself loving support. This temperance. It's the balance as well between, I think this temperance card is kind of like your catalyst. It kind of is a message with all the other cards. So it'll be interesting to see when we get into the tarot if it's the same, but it was very linked to this deepen your concentration. It's very linked to accept loving support. And it's almost like balance out what you give to others as opposed to what you give to yourself. Don't empty your cup for others if you're then not finding ways to fill it back up. Sometimes we can be of service to the world and sometimes we can't. Sometimes our health might be not that great. We might be more fatigued. We might be at a very planning stage in our journey. We might be at the very beginning of something and we're not sure and we're tentative, and we need to be able to sit with ourselves and see how we go. And you do have 2 pages. You have an ace and you have 2 pages. So that shows me that you're at the very beginning of something. And with the Tower here, it doesn't surprise me. So there's a sense of it might not be a time where you're really available for others. Thank you, Spirit. That's a perfect way of saying it. You might not be that available to others, and that's okay. Okay? Release what isn't working. Let go and live beyond. You know, the 28, that comes down to a 10, comes down to a 1 in numerology. 2026 is a universal 1 year in numerology. Okay, the 1 is also, it's January. And I really feel that this is the energy for 2026. I really feel that 1 year is all about trial and error. Let's put something out in the world and let's see how it goes. Does it need tweaking? Is it working? If it's not, let's be open enough to let go and move beyond it, live beyond it. This is also about living beyond the expectation that you might have had. Now it says live beyond. So I think 2026 is going to ask us maybe to dream bigger, to go beyond where we thought we would, to be that little bit braver, but also to not be afraid to try and then let go. You know, you've got the 2 pages. They try, they evaluate, they're curious. What can I do with this pentacle? What can I do with this wand? And it's beautiful, beautiful energy. And then we have align with your ideal rhythms. Be one with your inner self. You know, I kind of looked down as I was getting messages from Spirit. I kind of just shut my eyes for a moment. And then when I opened it, I just saw this as this big eye looking at me. And there's a sense here of really look at yourself, Taurus. Okay, not just saying just in a mirror your physical self, yet there is an aspect of that. You know, maybe stand in the mirror and just look into your eyes. The pages search. The pages have been given an opportunity that they don't know what to do with. You have 2 pages in your reading. They don't quite know what to do with it, yet they know it's an opportunity. So what do? They get curious, they get inquisitive. They go in search. You know, this is the university students at the library, looking through books, trying to figure it out. They're not afraid to ask questions. They're not afraid because they don't know, because they realize they're not expected to know. But they really look. And Taurus, with this card, I'm really feeling like, look at your outer world. Look at you. Look at your inner world. Look with your eyes. Look with your ears. Look with your senses. Look with your third eye. There's going to be something about January where being observant is going to be actually really helpful for you. Being curious is going to be really helpful for you. Digging in your heels and being stubborn is really going to hold you back. And every sign has the detrimental energies, if you like all the tarot, it has the positive aspect and the negative aspect. And all the signs, you know, as human beings, we all do. We have our light and our shadow. The contrast is what makes something possible. Without contrast, nothing would exist, because how would we know what hot is if we don't have cold? Do you know what I mean? Like, how would we know that that was hot if cold didn't exist? And it gives us variance, doesn't it? It gives us boiling and it gives us freezing. So every aspect of ourself is valuable in understanding the contrast. And there's a sense of coming together with who you are now. Seeing the bigger picture of what it all means. This is quite deep reading, Taurus. This is also be one with your inner self. I feel like this align with your ideal rhythms. I feel like this as well is that deepen your concentration, focus on growing to what could be. This 2023 year, I really feel like whatever comes up for that, it is going to really realign you with your ideal rhythms. It's going to realign you with who you are and what you are becoming, and really what you want to do, almost, I want to say. Because then you've got the King of Pentacles. And this is the king. This is the practical king. This is the tangible king. The kings are of service in the world. And he's very tangible. So this is being of service. This is putting out into the world the solid things, real things. It's not putting ideas out or, things like that. This is putting out a book. If it started with an idea, this King of Pentacles is putting out a book, or he's putting out a video, or he's opening a service or a shop or something like that. So it's the tangible. And it works very well for you, Taurus, because this King of Pentacles is your card. So there's a sense here that whatever you discover, going back to 2023, and that spark that kind of got lost on your journey, really going to move you forward. It's very, very tangible. But there's a way to go. So we've got the Tower, the Chariot, and the Ace of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So what you are discovering, what you have realized, what that spark was in 2023, the Tower is going to shake it up, because you're not the person that you were in 2023. And Spirit's saying, nor would you want to be. We're here on earth to evolve and to grow and to experience different things. So there's almost a sense of that pentacle that's come from 2023. Now what? It kind of shakes your foundations. It shakes this king's steadiness, because you can't build on that idea where you are now. That idea needs to tweak. That idea, the Chariot, needs to come into alignment with who you are now. So this coming into alignment is going to shift a few things for you, Taurus. And you know that, back to this card here, that showering, allowing the water to wash over you and cutting cords and connections and energies and loosening up your own energies that you've carried that are your own, that are no longer serve you. It's going to be a really good ritual for you in order to let go of the last residues between 2023 to this January 2026, in order for you to let go, so you can align and you can begin again. You can build this solid foundation. You can't build on what was. You can't build from a place in the past. You have to build from now. And I love that you've got 2 pages that follow this Ace of Pentacles. This Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the universe that is tangible. Everything about your reading is tangible. And it's the Page of Wands that is picking up this Ace of Pentacles and going, do you know what? This really ignites me in some way. I feel really passionate about this, because the wands are the fire. They're our passions, our drive. They're our purpose and our calling, and really what gets us up and out of bed in the morning. What can we do just for the love of it? Because it makes us happy. That's what this Ace of Pentacles does. And this Page of Wands is looking at it going, oh my gosh, what can I do with this? What am I going to do with this? Oh, I want this, but I don't know. I don't know. 2 of Swords. And the Page is the perfect energy. Because the Page is going to go, I don't know. I don't know. And I feel like you're going to find somebody who does. The Emperor. I love that the Wands and the Emperor is the card for Aries. And there's a sense here that, you know, you're tapping into your fire, Taurus, and I don't know if this is a fire sign that's going to come in and assist you. I mean, I did say here, accept loving support, and I said, oh, I don't think it's coming from others. But now that I'm doing the cards, I think this Emperor is somebody else. Or you're really tapping into your inner knowing. You're really tapping into that inner wisdom, your higher self inner wisdom that does know. So take that how it resonates. And I love the way these swords are pointing at both these cards, because that's the way. It's almost like this 2 of Swords is saying, embrace. Okay, you don't know. You can't see. It's not clear yet. Be curious. We, as humans, we can learn anything if we're interested enough in it and we're willing to put some time into it. You know, the Spirit's just made me think of, I'm not mechanically minded or scientifically minded at all. So the minute I find myself in those worlds, my brain literally shuts down, and I'll take bits of information away, but I wouldn't be able to explain it again because I don't have the vocabulary, I don't have the interest in it. It's just not my thing. But it's not to say that I'm stupid. It's just not my thing. And when you understand, Taurus, that some things are just not your jam, you just let those things go. It doesn't bother you. Because then that opens up your full intellect, your full mind, your full creative capacity to tap into what does fire you up. And in that energy, we can learn anything. We can uncover and discover everything that is of interest to us. Now, it's not to say that everything is going to be passion-driven. You know, sometimes we have to learn a little bit of things like, you know, if you're going to start your own business, you might have to learn some business things that are not that interesting to you. But because it's your business, you will be interested. I'm not saying that you're all starting up businesses, but just as an example of what this energy is sort of saying to you. So there is some learning. Remember, you've got the 2 pages. Release what isn't working. In order to release what's not working, you have to be doing some trial and errors, don't you? You have to be doing something in order to let something go because it's not working. And there's going to be success with this 9 of Cups. And the cups are our fulfillment, what fulfills us. It's also achievement. So there is a level of success here. This Page of Wands, Emperor energy, this not knowing, you actually uncover quite a bit. And I love that this is a 9, and then look, you've got a Knight holding a cup, and you've got a Queen holding a cup. So each of these energies brings you to the 10 of Cups. That's ultimate fulfillment. And it's joy and happiness. So there's a sense that along the journey, Taurus, this is going to make you happy. Every time you uncover something, you know, finding our joy, finding our authentic self and ways to put that out into the world is really joy-filled. It can make us nervous. It can make us unsure. But when we start to do it and as we evolve with it, brings a lot of joy. And this Page of Pentacles is telling us, yes, we're reevaluating at every stance. We're realigning. We're looking at it again. So this page was looking at the Ace of Pentacles, very passion-driven. This page is now looking at the Ace of Pentacles, very tangibly driven. Okay, this fires me up. This is going to help me discover who I am now. Once I've discovered who I am now, then I can manifest this into the world in alignment. Still a page. So there's still uncertainty in how to do that, Taurus. But we're followed by these cups. You have the emotional maturity. Thank you, Spirit. You are heading towards the emotional maturity to really find your fulfillment, Taurus. And your fulfillment is linked with your authentic self. It's linked with your energy, your spark. And that's for everybody. Everybody's joy, everybody's fulfillment is linked to who they are authentically, without the masks, without all the layers that life experiences attaches to us, or we kind of hold on to them, don't we? We transform ourselves through our experiences and lose ourselves in that. And that's okay, because in doing that, we access levels of ourselves that we never would have. And there's a sense that you go out with this Knight of Cups with your heart on your sleeve. And what does that mean in this practical sense? You go out as you. And it takes a little bit of time. His visor's up, or whatever this is called, I call it a visor, is up, so you can see his face. Doesn't have a mask on, but he's still got his armor. Okay, so you're still protecting yourself a little bit, Taurus. That's fine. We do when we, being authentic initially feels a little raw. We feel a little bit exposed, and I was talking about it in my how things are going to be changing with my business and how things have been changing with me. And it makes us feel a little bit vulnerable and a little bit unsure, but we are all going through that. And so we all need to be patient with ourselves and with each other, because we are exposing our rawness, our authenticness. And I think in a way that humanity hasn't, or hasn't ever, or hasn't in a very, very long time. Very, very long time. So it feels a little bit daunting. It feels a little bit scary. But the thing is I think when we realize that we are all being asked to do that, it's a really collective journey. It's all individual. We're being asked as an individual to show ourselves to the world authentically, but when everybody's asked the same thing, it's a collective thing. And somehow that makes it a little bit easier. And here you are then, finishing off your reading as the Queen of Cups. She is authentic. She's not afraid of her emotions. She's not afraid of those aspects of herself that others try to hide. She actually sees them as a trophy. This cup doesn't look like all the other cups in the decks. This cup looks like a trophy, because she knows that every aspect of herself, especially the aspects in her deep well, you know, those aspects that we've got to dive deep. We've kept them hidden because we think they're bad or not something that we should show, or whatever reason. But they make up who we are. Without them, we wouldn't be us, would we? You wouldn't be you, Taurus. I wouldn't be me. They wouldn't be them. Do you know what I mean? And she's not afraid of showing that. There's a lot of strength in your reading here. You know, with the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Queen of Cups. You've got the Tower next to the Chariot. This realigning. It's powerful. It's destined. It is unavoidable. Amazing, amazing reading, Taurus. Let's get you your final cards, my beautiful souls. Let's see, what are your final messages or message? Okay, we've got 2 for you. Oh, I just saw this card and it was like, yay. Yay for you, Taurus. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Look at these. Oh, I love them. Hands outstretched, free, very, very free. I got this, look at me, this is me. I love me. I love that, Taurus. I love that. If you don't release the arrow, your aim is all for nothing. Aim straight and shoot the arrow. Yes. Oh, Taurus, I've got literally goosebumps. I can barely talk. The arrow is your true self. If we go, we do all this inner work, and if we don't reflect that to the outside world, it's all for nothing. Because if anything, life becomes really hard to live, because we can see our truth, and yet when we're out in the world, we try to live the old version of ourselves that doesn't exist anymore. Shoot your arrow. Oh, beautiful, beautiful energy, Taurus. And this is not only you and your energy, but it's like, what do you want in your world? You know, is this talking about the arrow that you've been holding since 2023? And I think the aim is going to be very different. If you had shot that arrow in 2023, you would have been aiming in a different direction. Oh, I love that. And then we've got reach, stretch, breathe, believe. What can you let go of to feel maximum joy? This is in you. This is that energy of cleanse your space. Release the energies that are not yours, or release the energies that were yours but are now stagnant. Let them go. Whatever this tower is, let it go, Taurus. There is going to be so much joy in letting go of aspects of yourself, letting go of things in your life, letting go of other people's energies that have become entangled with yours. It's going to feel like a breath of fresh air in your life, moving through you. I'm going to leave you with those energies, my beautiful Taurus people. Take very good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Love and light, my friends. Bye-bye.